What is that? What are you doing?
I'm getting excited for the video.
I like that.
Yeah.
Hello, we are AJR, and this is our most requested live Ask Anything Chat. You guys sent in a bunch of questions to Romeo, and we're going to answer them right now, and we want to thank Romeo for having us on. Let's get started with the questions.
Let's do it.
Okay. Bethany from Olinda wants to know, how did you come up with the song Weak?
The story behind that, going back to the very beginning, was that Ryan and I were at this like horrible little show in New York at like this tiny club, and Ryan goes into the bathroom and he sees a sticker that said The Weaklings, and it was the name of a band that had played there, I guess. And we were walking home, and he said, that's like such a great concept for a song, like The Weaklings, and it kind of describes us.
It felt like a very AJR-ish kind of song, like a very like self-deprecating song. And then we started exploring that a little more, and we started thinking like, so many songs on the radio are about staying strong and confident and like giving and like being faced with temptation and not giving in to temptation. And we thought, let's write a song about like being faced with these temptations and actually giving in and being weak.
Yeah, and we thought it'd be just so cool for a crowd of people in a concert to be screaming, I'm weak, you know, that would be just so funny, we thought to watch.
Yeah, because there's a plane going, if you hear that.
Just scream over it, it's okay.
Okay, yeah, because we thought like, saying I'm weak is kind of like an embarrassing thing to say, you know, and we thought it would be so cool to see an entire crowd of people screaming something that was previously thought to be embarrassing.
Awesome. I'm going to pronounce this name wrong, but Jaquan, you think that's right?
That's probably it.
From Jamaica, wants to know, for people who don't know who we are, what's one word that we would use to describe ourselves and our sound? So do you want to go down the line?
Yeah, homegrown, because I think we write and produce and record everything in our living room in Manhattan, in New York City, and I think our music, the way it sounds, really reflects that. I think it really sounds like we make it in our living room.
Say versatile. Versatile?
Either one.
Both? Yeah. We try to change things up every single time we write a song. If we're beginning a new song, we're going to just think, what hasn't been done before? What didn't we do so far in this album? And then we'll go from there.
I would probably say nostalgic, both in terms of like the lyric content and the production. We write about nostalgic topics, but also we take a lot of inspiration from older songwriters from the 50s and 60s, so we kind of take that nostalgic production sound.
Sorry I'm itching my nose a lot. I have some allergies.
So. Yeah, we're outside. We're here in LA right now. We're staying at a friend's house, and
the pollen is just filling up the old nose, if you know what I mean.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Coleman from New York City would like to know, what was it like working with Rivers Cuomo?
Oh, have we...
Yeah,
we have announced. Oh my God, yeah, it was amazing. So Rivers Cuomo from Weezer. Weezer has been a band that we've looked up to kind of our whole career. Mm-hmm. We've always thought they are just the absolute coolest,
like music and
band.
Image,
and
right?
Image. Yeah, in terms of image, like in the like late 90s and early 2000s, there were all these rock stars coming out that were like Kurt Cobain and like the alpha male, best looking guy, coolest guy, kind of rock stars. And then Weezer came out and was like, screw you, we can be nerdy, geeky guys and still be like rock stars.
I don't think he said screw you
I
to
think
Kurt Cobain.
I think he
like
went
he was
right
a
up
major influence on them. Yeah.
and we've always thought like, what a cool position to be in the pop space. Like the nerdy guys that make everything in our living room that could still be viewed as cool in that way. So anyway, so we've looked up to him for a long time, and then he reached out to us on Twitter. He followed us on Twitter and messaged him saying, like, hey man, we're enormous fans if you ever want to do something together. And he wrote back saying, yeah. And so we did a song with him. It's called Sober Up, and he's featured on it.
It's probably the most Weezer-ish song. Like, the story behind it was that we had this, like, just part of a song, Sober Up, finished, and we sent it to him for him to finish, and he wrote the bridge on it and sang it. And I think it was just a coincidence that it's probably our most Weezer-ish song on the album. You know, it just worked perfectly.
Yeah. He made the song like 1,000 times better.
Yeah, seriously.
It's so weird and cool now.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Caitlin from Detroit wants to know if you had to collab with any artist from the past who's no longer living or active in the music industry on an entire record, who would it be and why?
On an entire...
Yeah, so they have to be part of every song on the album.
Well, the Beach Boys is our favorite band. ever. If you didn't know that, we say that a lot. But seriously, yeah, we've been listening to them our whole life. So I feel like,
but they're still active in the music industry. Does that go under that category?
Yeah,
I feel like Fun would be a good one to collaborate
yeah.
with because they're not really doing music anymore; they're doing it individually. But yeah, their album was so diverse. I feel like it would be cool to add their kind of sounds and vocals to our stuff.
Or maybe like the Platters.
What is that?
A band from the 50s.
Did you just pick like a random band that you heard like yesterday on Spotify Discover?
Yeah.
So, okay. Good.
Okay, moving on. Rochelle from Greensboro wants to know, how did you come up with Spoke Step? It's so unique.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we created this like sub-genre called Spoke Step. It's kind of hard to describe because when we describe it, it sounds like what a lot of other people are doing on the radio right now. But we've been doing it for like 5 years, and when you hear it, you're like, oh, okay, that's Spoke Step. So basically, it's cutting up vocals over a beat, but in kind of a unique way, almost like taking a solo, like someone would take a guitar solo, but it's with the vocal and it's with all different kind of random sounds cut up together. Is that described well?
That is a good description, yeah.
Let's see. Adam from Oslo, Norway, wants to know, if you could change places with any artist/band for a day, who would it be and why?
Maybe like Kanye West. I feel like...
What is his day like?
I feel like it's just like constant, just constant chaos. I feel like that would be just so funny just to see for like a day and then just come out of it really quick, like,
Like when Plankton switches places with Mr. Krabs. Remember that?
Oh, yeah, gotcha. That's a SpongeBob reference for those of you who don't know that.
I would switch with the head of Pixar, John Lasseter.
Hey, they did say artist/band, so I guess artist
he's
is
kind of an artist.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't hear the artist part. Yeah. I feel like he would have a really interesting life. Probably really hectic, kind of like Kanye. But it
People
really
often
fun.
confuse the two, right? John Lasseter and Kanye.
Yeah.
What about you?
I would probably switch places with Sia. I feel like she has a really interesting life because she doesn't really show who she is, and I feel like that would be interesting to go through life like that for a day.
That's interesting. Let's keep these questions rolling.
Okay. If you could choose...
Adam, you're out of the shot.
Oh, sorry.
Adam.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Brad from London wants to know, if you could choose what your first name would be, what would you have chosen? It can't be your name now or one of your brother's names.
You were going to say Jack, right?
No, I was just looking at how I look in the camera. I'm blending
ghost white. That is, wow. And me and Adam are like the perfect shade of tan.
How can I get back in the shade?
Okay.
It's not going to work.
Scoot over.
Come on.
Kind of crown. Okay, if we like... There we go. I think that's...
No.
Here, yeah, if you lean forward, it'll protect me.
Okay, nice. Okay, the question was if we could change our first names to anything...
Sprinkling
sprinkling
moss. 1,000 things are going on.
Yeah, we can keep going. I don't know. Okay, I really, honestly, I like the name Jack. I think it's a very, like, little kid name.
I really like the name Jack.
I don't know. Maybe, like, Bo. I kind of like those, like, short names that are just, like...
Oh, just B-O, not, like, B-E-A-U-S?
No, I wouldn't do that. No, just B-O.
I really like the name Rivers, actually.
I like that one, too, yeah.
I'm going to go with...
Charlemagne
the Great.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. Kayla from Dallas wants to know, do you ever get any of your own songs stuck in your head?
That's a really good question. I don't think anyone has ever asked that before.
I think no, because like the way we make songs is we have to listen to them over and over and over again because we're the writer and the producer and the singer and often the mixer. So at that point, you've listened to it like maybe 1,000 times before it comes out, and you start to get really sick of the song.
Don't they say the best way to get rid of an earworm is just to listen to the song over and over
and get sick of it?
Give yourself like a version, yeah.
Yeah, you kind of forget what you loved about it, which is kind of sad, but you like trust that it's a good song and give it out to the people.
You have to figure out which songs to do that with and which songs to not do that with. You know, the songs that you won't miss.
Yeah, like the singles, I like Week and our next single, I listened to like 5 bajillion times, so like they're like kind of just noise in my head now.
Totally.
This is a really interesting question. I think it's one of my favorites. This is from Perry from Leesburg. In your song Come Hang Out, the line, "You haven't gone that far, you can find a real job," really stood out to me. Has someone discouraged you guys from pursuing a career in music, and if so, what was your response to them?
Yeah, many people have said exactly that. Like, don't quit your day job. Our neighbor said don't quit your day job once to us.
Because she overheard us singing.
She overheard us singing, and she came up and said, don't quit your day job. And it definitely wasn't a joke. It was, like, very meaningful.
Yeah.
And, no, honestly, multiple people have said, no, I mean, this clearly isn't real yet. You still have time to find a real job. And this is what we've wanted to do since day one. So I don't think any other job really kind of appeals to us.
I think anybody that is going into the arts in this way and has such a passion where you're putting 10 years of work into something, you're going to be faced with a lot of people saying, come on, just go get a real job. And if you love something this much, then that's not an option.
Yeah, and I think this industry takes a lot of patience, but not in a relaxed kind of way, not sitting back waiting for other people to do things. It takes, like, kind of active patience, like continuing to work every single day, but not pushing it too far so you kind of make enemies and stuff, you know?
Totally. Keep it going.
Okay. Margaret from Granger, Indiana wants to know, if you could rank America in potatoes, how many potatoes would you give it?
What is the conversion rate?
What's the max number of
potatoes? Yeah.
9 potatoes?
Oh, God, I give it, like... I mean, if we're going out of 100... just a good 80. Like, a solid 8 out of 10.
I like that.
You like that one?
80 potatoes.
80 potatoes.
80 potatoes.
Okay.
Don't do that again.
Let's see. This person's name is I Love AJR.
I wonder if that
Huntington.
is their Christian given name. I wonder if that is on their birth certificate.
They would like to know, who is the most shocking person you found out has listened to your music? Actually, a few weeks ago we saw on Twitter that Barack Obama listened to Week, and that was pretty crazy.
That was crazy.
Yeah, there's like an account on Twitter that's like what Obama's listening to on Spotify, or Obama's Spotify. Yeah. And every tweet is Obama's listening to Ariana Grande, and one of them was Obama's listening to Week by AJ. I don't know if it was actually him, but that is really, really cool.
Obama thumb down Week.
Yeah, I hate this one.
I'm strong!
Lori from Edinburgh wants to know, which new song are you most excited to perform on tour? And as you know, we released the track list.
Right. What is going to be fun to play? Drama is a really important one, I feel. It's one of our favorites on the album, right? I think we can all agree.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
There's this new song called 3:30, which is probably the weirdest song that we've ever written.
You think ever?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was one of those writing experiences where we didn't know what we wanted to write about, and we started with just a line. And then
we started with the first line.
Never spoken with my mouthful. Yeah, that's a mouthful. It was just like, okay, what is that? And then it was kind of just like, all right, let's just come up with a bunch of weird lines and then try to make them connect. And essentially the song, you want to...
And our idea was eventually we'll figure out what this song is going to be about. So we just kind of did a stream of consciousness thing. Then we eventually got to... We wrote a song about people having short attention spans.
It's basically just our big social commentary song. Because like a lot of our songs are like little ideas, like I'm not famous and weak. But this song is just like, let's say a lot of things that's wrong with society now, you know?
And then the last question we have is from Sahana from Frederick. How many songs will be on the Click, and will there be any that we've heard before? And just talk a little bit about the album.
Yeah, so the whole EP, the What Everyone's Thinking EP, is on the Click. And there's like 8 or so new ones in addition to that,
right?
Including an overture, which we did for Living Room, and we did another one for this one. And I feel like we kind of stepped it up this time. Yeah. It's even like, whoa, it's even more produced because we've learned a lot of things since Living Room. And I don't know, do you want to talk about the new songs?
The Click, it comes out June 9th. What was the question? Just about the new songs?
How many new songs will be on the Click? And you can just talk generally about the album too.
Yeah, I think that we've developed What Everyone's Thinking EP. I think a lot of the album is just about like growing up, and we called the album The Click because it's, should I go for more clicks this year, or should I follow the click in my ear, which is a lyric in our song Come Hang Out. And the idea of it is, this is what society wants me to do. They want me to get more clicks this year and become more famous and more popular. And this is what I want to do. I want to follow the click in my ear and the kind of the metronome in my heart, and how those things collide. And so I think a lot of the songs are about this society saying, you have to grow up, you have to be in your 20s and us kind of saying we want to stay little kids, and that struggle, which I think is a pretty real struggle for people our age.
That was very well said. Thank you.
Awesome.
I think that's about it,
That's
right?
all the questions, yeah.
Thank you so much, Romeo, for having us. We are AJR, and hope you enjoyed this.
Yeah, make sure to listen to Most Requested Live. And thanks to everyone who submitted questions.
That's exactly right. Have a great day.
Goodbye.